But you know what? It was one movie, not every TV show.
Okay, I'm sorry that I like to talk to my best friend while I'm watching a movie. Sorry about that.
Just text me. I'll get back to you at the end.
Good one.
Are you kidding me? What was he playing?
I don't know.
What were they playing? Minesweeper?
Probably.
I mean, come on.
It's like back in our day.
No. Hello and welcome back to another episode with Phebo and Zebadextra. And on today's exciting episode, we have a movie review for you. One of us liked it, one of us did not, and I'll let you decide who is who.
One of us was just kind of like,
Meh.
It wasn't that the person disliked it.
Yeah, I believe they did. So anyhow, the movie we were talking about today is the Minecraft movie that just came out. It released on April 4th, so it's in theaters right now. We went and saw it on April 4th.
We saw it on release day?
It was release day, wasn't it?
Wow, we're ballers.
We took our daughters, and we went and saw it.
Ages 13 and 9.
They are both, or have been, both really into Minecraft. So for them, it was like, I don't know, it was like for me going and watching Halo.
Okay.
The movie's based on Jack Black's character, who is Steve. Steve doesn't seem to really fit into this world, and he just doesn't really like his life here. And he finds a way to go to the overworld.
So he finds himself in the Nether by accidentally making another portal to the Nether. He gets caught, and he sends his dog out to take the thing that makes the portal to make it so nobody else, it happens to them. So there's a whole other group of people. So he's just one character, all the other people fall in this other
But
group.
That's like the setup. That's the whole setup.
It's a quick setup. I appreciated that.
Then we come into the segment with Jason Momoa.
There's a brother and sister whose parents are no longer with them, and they are part of the cast.
Yeah, they had moved to this new town.
In Idaho.
Yeah.
Jason Momoa lives there. He's like a once famous video game player.
Yeah, he was like a 1989 world champion of some one video game.
Yeah, so he's like a 45-year-old kid. He never really got past that part in his life. And then there's one other character played by Danielle from Orange is the New Black. And she's a realtor. That's why she's in it. Okay.
She is the realtor.
So those are basically all the characters you need to know. First of all, they all do end up going to the overworld. Even though Jack Black's plan was for nobody else to have to deal with that.
Right.
They all come there. And so then, of course, the thing is that let's all they're going to find him and then see if who's going to go back or if people are going to stay.
Right. But like I said, the Jason Momoa character is a little shady.
Yeah.
It's fun because he's like a big child.
Yeah.
In fact, like the kid is probably more grown up than Jason Momoa is in this movie.
Yeah.
Which I loved because, I actually kind of resonated with him. I was not a world champion at anything at any age, but being a big dorky kid at heart was kind of my thing.
What are your pros? Like, what are the things you like the best?
One of the things I did like the best was kind of the shout out that they gave to the one Minecraft player that had passed away.
That was one of your top 3 things about the film?
I really did enjoy that.
Okay.
I really did enjoy that. I think they did a really good job with like the imagery. The imagery was really good.
The animation?
Yeah.
That was probably my top.
I mean, everything that you would see in a Minecraft game, was represented in this movie in the same fashion. Like, even the chicken. Remember the cooked chicken? Mm-hmm. When he tore the leg off, it wasn't curved like a normal chicken. It was blocked.
I see what you're saying. Yeah, they did that really well.
They did that really, really well.
Did you enjoy the casting? Do you think they did a good job?
I think they did a really good job. The casting was really good. I was a little bit worried about Jason Momoa. And also kind of Jack Black, because I was like, I don't know about these two in that. But they were fun. They were both fun. They had a really good love-hate relationship through the whole movie, which I enjoyed.
Did you have any cons?
I don't really think I had any cons.
Okay, but you didn't give it a 10.
I did not give it a 10. And the reason I didn't give it a 10 was it was good.
Yeah.
It was good. It was something that I really enjoyed seeing.
Yeah.
It's not something I needed to see on the big screen.
Or need to rewatch right away.
I don't necessarily need to rewatch it right away, but if the girls were to say, hey Dad, let's watch that Minecraft movie on my TV,
yeah,
I would say yes.
I probably would too, come to think of it. And so Tim gave this, what, you gave it like a 7.5? And I gave this a 5. And as we were discussing it when we were leaving the theater, Tim pointed out something to me that made a lot of sense for why I gave this film a 5. He was like, I liked this more than the Barbie movie. And I was like, what?
Yeah.
For me, the difference is, like, there was so much for me to look at in the Barbie movie that was nostalgic to me, that was beautiful. I loved looking at all the costumes. I loved seeing the interaction between all the dolls and the characters, and the storyline was very compelling to me. And the actors that they cast were very interesting to me. Whereas in the Minecraft movie, although I could appreciate the animation and I thought it looked nice, nothing that was on the screen was like all that interesting to me. And for Tim, the Barbie movie was like the Minecraft movie for me.
Yes.
He wasn't interested in the clothes. He wasn't interested in the music. He wasn't interested in
I was never
the
a big
actors.
Barbie or Ken.
Right. And even though Tim didn't
up.
play Minecraft, he is a gamer. So he could appreciate more like the questing aspect of the film and things like that. Yeah. And for me, like, I honestly fell asleep. Now, I don't think that this was a bad film in any way, but I found myself eye-rolling at a lot of the things that people were saying. I thought that the script could have been a little bit better. There were a few times that I laughed out loud, but they were very few. And I kept sitting there thinking, why do I not think this is funny? So, and we just, actually, it was interesting that you compared to the Barbie movie, because Joy and I just rewatched that last weekend.
Really?
Yeah.
You know, and I think another thing that kind of helped me with this movie was I was sitting by my daughter, my teenage daughter, and so, like, I would lean over periodically, and I'd be like, "Is that in the game, or is that how they do that?"
You were pausing the film to ask her questions?
Uh-huh.
Really?
And
she didn't yell at you.
I pulled a Phoebe on this one. I didn't ask like a ton of questions.
You told me earlier that you were asking continuously throughout the movie.
Well, I asked I'd probably say 6 to 7 questions.
Okay.
In an hour and 45-minute movie.
Just keep that in mind, good sir.
That averages out to 1 every 2 minutes.
All right, you keep that in mind, good sir.
And they were simple questions like
1 every 2 minutes. You mean 1 every like 10 minutes?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I was like, whoa, that's a lot.
So, but they were really simple questions like yes or no. Is that in the game?
I'm just
I'm
making a fair point.
Not the, hey, what just happened for the last 20 minutes while I was...
I never ask you that unless I'm literally taking the children to the bathroom.
Yeah.
You're trying to start a fight here, sir, by not conceding to the fact that that at all is similar to what I do.
I'm saying it's similar, but the scale is very...
That's your perspective, sir.
They're a difference of scales.
That's your perspective.
It is not.
Because in one side of the perspective, you're the person being bothered.
Well, the other thing, too, is Honor didn't seem to mind because...
That's so nice of her. That's generous of her.
Yeah, but you know what? It was one movie, not every TV show.
Okay, I'm sorry that I like to talk to my best friend while I'm watching a movie. Sorry about that. Just
text me. I'll get back to you at the end.
Good one.
But no, I really enjoyed it. It did help me to, like I said, to verify like the facts of Minecraft itself.
Yeah.
Because then I was like, oh, okay, so they stayed kind of true to the game.
Yeah. Whereas because I fell asleep afterwards, I was like, wait, did this happen? Are there pigs in the actual game? Is this in the actual game?
I know, and I'm like, oh my goodness, that was the entire last 40 minutes of the movie.
It felt like I was asleep for 2 minutes, but... So that's why I appreciate Zebadextra v. Phebo, because, you know, if it was just Phebo, I wouldn't really give a very fair review of this because I fell asleep and because I'm just notoriously not great at animated films.
Yeah.
And it's funny because you were just like, let's watch some more animated stuff.
Yeah, so. I know. I honestly, I really enjoyed this movie.
You didn't think Jason Momoa was like cheesy and cringe?
He kind of was.
Okay, because I definitely thought he was cringe.
He was definitely a little cringy in this movie.
Okay.
But that's what made the character.
Oh, here's my other thought. I was sitting through it the whole time because this was made by the same guy who did Napoleon Dynamite, which you really don't like.
I don't like.
And I was sitting there thinking, is this how people who don't like Napoleon Dynamite feel when they watch Napoleon Dynamite? Because I love Napoleon Dynamite. I think it's hilarious.
It's
the
dumb.
dry humor, the dumb humor.
Yeah.
But like, did you not think of this was like dumb, like kitschy humor where you can appreciate it for the sake of it? That's how Napoleon Dynamite is.
I mean, yeah, I guess I could see that.
So then I was thinking that. I was like, if you really don't like Napoleon Dynamite, you're probably feeling how I'm feeling while you're watching this movie.
Yeah. No, I did not feel that way.
This movie actually has like a whole like theme like that a lot of people are into, whereas Napoleon Dynamite was just random about a small Idaho town.
Yeah, and who cares about Idaho?
I just that show really felt to me like my high school and junior high experience, so that's
Napoleon
why
Dynamite. Oh, okay.
So that's why I like that
for me,
show.
That had no basis in reality. So
what? Much more than
Napoleon
Minecraft?
Dynamite?
Yeah.
Like, oh come on! Like, I could at least with the characters in Minecraft, I could at least. It resonated with me a little bit.
Okay.
Right? You have the video game nerd who is trying to relive his glory days.
Okay.
Right? I can get behind that.
What about Kip? He's been online gaming with babes all day. He met his girlfriend, his wife, online.
Are you kidding me? What was he playing?
I don't know.
What were they playing? Minesweeper?
Probably.
I mean, come on.
Like back in our day.
Come on. No. And yeah, no, Napoleon Dynamite was painful. It was painful.
Did they have any good music in this movie? I mean, Jack Black sang a song, but it wasn't good.
He sang a song. I don't really remember too much music in this movie at all.
Yeah. Mark a point off for that.
There were some good fight scenes. You probably missed those.
Yeah. I did. Well, when all the kids, pigs and stuff were attacking, I was there for that.
Did you see the, what did they call it? Bucket chucks?
No.
Okay. Yeah, you missed.
Oh wait, it's the part where he invents the weapon.
Yes.
That is like right before I fell asleep.
Okay. Right after that, he actually uses them.
Effectively?
Not really. That's debatable.
Okay.
But yeah, so you know, there was some good chuckle.
Did they do very much more like crafting table, combine this and this and this and to make something cool?
They did.
So I saw the shooting thing. Did they do any more after that?
After that, I don't remember.
The one girl tries to make a boat by just throwing a block in the water.
There's a block at the water, yeah. No, I don't really think there was much more crafting.
I feel like they could have done more of that because that's like the genesis of the game.
Yeah, they could have. I mean, as with anything, they could always do more. But
they could do less Jason Momoa.
But did they do a sufficient amount? And I think that they did enough to get away with, this is Minecraft, these are things you do in Minecraft.
Yeah.
You know.
You want to hear something I really didn't like also before I fell asleep?
The villagers?
I really didn't like the villagers. But they look just like how they look in the game.
In the game.
No, I didn't like when they cooked the chicken alive in the lava. It was like a nightmare to me. Because, like, I'm so scared of lava and, like, fire.
Oh, yeah, because...
And I was like, that's very scary for a kid. Yeah. Like, going into this lava contraption that's going to burn you alive.
Have you ever played
in lava?
Minecraft?
Yes, but not well. I did like the casting of the sister. She plays one of the main characters in the show Wednesday, and I thought she was really good.
Yeah.
I thought the main boy was really good.
I thought, yeah, he was really good in it. Yeah. He really was.
So you would buy this to watch on your home TV?
Having already watched it, yeah, I would.
Cool.
I would spend the $25 or whatever it is to add it to, was it Voodoo or Fandango or...
Well, that is pretty much all we have to say about this, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
watch it.
Yeah, it was a good time.
Yeah.
Among the kid movies that are out right now, this one was a good one.
It was, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Well, that's going to be it. If there's any movies that are coming out soon that you want us to review, let us know in the comments. Don't forget to check out our TV recap episode that we just put up for March.
That was a good one.
There were some good shows in there.
That was a good one. You should check it out.
We stream like every streaming service and check out all the shows, so.
Yeah.
All right, well, we will catch you in the next one. Have a fantastic rest of your day.
Yeah, have a great month.
Okay, see ya.
See you next month.
Bye.
Bye.
See you next month for a movie review, huh?
See you next year. See you in the next quarter. See you sometime in the future.
End it for real.
See you next time.
Okay, bye.
Bye.